Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So here is Kamala's, it did not go well, her town hall. We just showed you her horrible answer to the border wall question, which she contradicted everything Democrats have been saying for 8 years.
What town was it?
I don't know. Where did they hold
wears
this?
A mask town is what I imagine.
Is it Philadelphia?
Maybe Philadelphia. So here we go. Watch this. He asks, have you made any mistakes?
Is there something you can point to in your life, political life or in your life in the last 4 years, that you think is a mistake that you have learned from?
I mean,
Spoiler alert, no. Spoiler alert, no, there isn't. It should be how bad she is at answering questions about mistakes. That's her first mistake. But
also, Jimmy, she's never done anything as the vice president.
She's right.
How can you make
That's right. How are you going to learn from not doing anything? But here we go.
Think it's a mistake that you have learned from?
I mean, I've made many mistakes.
Name one.
Oh boy,
name one.
And they range from, if you've ever parented a child, you make lots of mistakes.
But
too.
you've never parented
Again,
a child.
she starts laughing. No one's laughing with her.
Wait, she never parented a child.
And she never parented a child. She never parented a child. When she married her current husband, he had 2 kids that lived with his ex-wife. And they were already 15 and like 20 years old. So she didn't parent anybody. If you've ever parented a child, she starts laughing.
She didn't make them curry and grits on Sunday morning from Auntie.
Her whole thing is to laugh, and then people nervously laugh with her. And normally, but not this crowd. This crowd is not. This crowd actually is a neutral crowd. I don't know how CNN screwed up and got a neutral crowd in there. I can't believe Kamala Harris didn't bust in a crowd.
I bet they weren't neutral before they got there.
So here we go.
Is there something you can point to in your life, political life or in your life in the last 4 years, that you think is a mistake that you have learned from?
I mean, I've made many mistakes.
Name one.
And they range from, if you've ever parented a child, you make lots of mistakes too. In my role as vice president, I mean, I've probably worked very hard at making sure that I am well versed on issues, and I think that is very important. It's a mistake not to be well versed on an issue and feel compelled to answer a question.
Okay.
What? That's the equivalent of saying, I'm too hard on myself with deadlines. I really work too hard. I'm too conscientious. I need to learn how to relax and let things. That's what that answer is.
Like the interview in Train Spotting, he was like, "I'm too detail oriented" because he's all hyped up on.
Yeah.
She said, "Is it a mistake that she's became well versed in policy?"
She says it's a mistake to answer a question if you're not well versed. I became well versed. What?
Yeah, I learned.
So I'm well versed now. I've learned how to. I'm really good.
I thought the mistake is being well versed, and she learned to giggle like an idiot.
This is remarkable. So I'm going to play it again.
Is there something you can point to in your life, political life or in your life in the last 4 years, that you think is a mistake that you have learned from?
I mean, I've made many mistakes. And they range from, if you've ever parented a child, you make lots of mistakes too. In my role as vice president, I mean, I've probably worked very hard at making sure that I am well versed on issues, and I think that is very important. It's a mistake not to be well versed on an issue and feel compelled to answer a question.
What? Hey, any mistakes as a prosecutor?
Yeah, maybe it was a mistake to keep those prisoners imprisoned, even after I was ordered by a court 3 times to let them out of prison. It was a mistake to keep them in prison for the slave labor they provided, because that's what her office said in court. We didn't release those prisoners. Maybe it was a mistake to lie and say that you listened to what did she say? Who did she say she let? Tupac. Tupac when she was smoking pot in college because Tupac wasn't around. Maybe it was a mistake to imprison Was it a mistake to imprison mothers of sick children for their children being truant because they were in the hospital with sickle cell anemia? Single black mothers, was that a mistake?
Oh, I thought that was the parenting mistake of those black mothers, is what she was describing. You shouldn't have had a sick kid. Hey, maybe it's a mistake to be a Veep level idiot and go straight to Steve Carell on The Office idiot.
Was it a mistake to lie to people that Joe Biden wasn't demented and then coup him after he fell apart at the first debate against Donald Trump?
Was it a mistake you never went to the border?
Was it a mistake you never went to the border? Was it a mistake to have open borders?
Or not to want a wall, and now you want a wall.
And now you want a wall.
Or to be against fracking, and now you're for fracking.
What about, was it a mistake to be for Medicare for all, and now you're against Medicare for all? Was it a mistake to be against fracking, and now you're for fracking?
Or promising no tax on tips because the people that prop you up are not for that, and then you're not going to do that, or at least walk it back. Remember, she copied that.
Yes.
Then all the shitlib magazines. Well, that would be unfair because all Americans wouldn't have a.
Yeah.
Remember that? They're trying to argue against the most obvious thing to reverse what Reagan did.
Was it a mistake to move from Oakland to Canada and then come back and not talk about it? Is that a mistake?
Was it a mistake to be... Yeah. Wow.
Was it a mistake to pretend one of your house servants was your grandmother to seem blacker?
Was that a mistake to fake your grandmother?
I don't think so, but I'm asking.
Was that a mistake?
I say, I do the same exact thing myself. I go, this is my grandma.
This is my grandma.
You see? I'm entitled to stuff solely based on that.
Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.